Hello, I'm the Relegated Gamer and I'm going to be playing some Banished. I've been playing a lot of Banished recently. I've got just over 100 hours clocked on Steam and I figured I might as well bring you guys along for the ride. Each video is going to be one in-game year long and I play on times 10 speed, so that works out at between about 16 and 20 minutes long. I'm a bit of a start-stop player. My longest village has only managed to survive 18 years. I average about 12, 13, and yes, I have managed to kill them within 2 years. So we're going to start up a new one. I'll explain some things as they go along. We're going to take whatever name it gives us and whatever seed we get. So we are going to be Orrickenbush. Orrickenbush, yeah, that's the name. I have everything set to the easiest because I am very wimpy with these things. I think it's more fun when you're not having to worry about these random details. You can just get along with playing with the different interfaces that have been set into it. So I'll skip into the game, skip the loading bit up for you. Here we go. Okay, so we're in. The only thing I've done so far is pause it so that I can get why it uses my initial setup out. So I'm going to zoom out a bit and change the angle up a little bit. Right, I'll set it to times 10 now before I forget. Oops, zooming all over the place. I play with the general statistics open, I play with the log open, and I play with the jobs open. A few other things I have scattered around the place as well. Keeps moving. I also want to set the limits up for something before I start. Some of these resources, I've got no idea why you'd ever want them to stop collecting them. You know, they seem to think that after they've got 200 stone you won't want anymore. Well, you're still going to need to build something, so you might as well have it all in already. The fuel I can understand because it would just eat up all of your logs quite quickly, and that is not fun if you just don't need to build. Tools, again, uses up the resources. Why would you ever want to stop collecting the food? It doesn't go off, so you can have several years worth of crops stored in barns, and it's extremely useful. Clothes I'm going to put up because I never sell either the leather or the wool. I don't trade it, so I might as well just have a stock of clothes, which are worth more to trade anyway. And alcohol I'm going to leave as it is as well. So that's that sorted. I'm going to move all of my builders, all of my labourers rather, over to builders. And we're going to have a look at the world map, just to give us an idea of where we want to build certain things. Okay, so we've got a reasonable water source quite near to us. Oh, I was looking the wrong way. On here as well. See, we're in a bit of a difficult situation because of this basin around us. So I'll get them to clear it out and remove all resources within the area. Like so. Oops, don't want that one. No. If you put just one random square over there, they'll spend a long time running around trying to get to it, and they'll probably freeze to death in the process. So you have to be a bit careful when you're selecting your wider areas that you don't have something like one on the other side of the riverbank. Okay, so that's that done, so they can start getting on with that. We've got sheep as our starters, that's quite useful. I'll get rid of the map. We need to build a woodcutter to give us a source of firewood. We need, another one born, might as well make them labourer. Within the village we also need a blacksmith. Oops. Put it there. Let's turn it around. There we go. We need a tailor. That was already facing the right one. Labourer. Always useful. And we're going to want to build, probably over here somewhere, a fishing dock, simply because we need an income of food for this first year. Is it? Let me there. I'll do. So they're gonna have to go a bit of a way around to get to it. Quite a bit of a way around. Let's hope they don't starve to death in the process. I'll put some paths within the main area, just to make them a little bit quicker moving around. I'll turn off those storage notifications in a moment. Not much use to me. There we go, that's that road built. And carry on around here a bit. I can hear them building it, it's a bit loud. I have to turn that down. We'll build a path over here with a fishing dock. Oops. And then we'll see how it suggests we connect it over here. It wants to go all the way around, does it? Let's have a look. It's not too bad, considering the distance. I'll turn off. Hang on. That one. And that one. We don't really care about those. Maybe we'll just slow building this time around. We'll clear this extra area. Again, just for the resources. And it gives us a space that we can build more things. So we've got a nice big water source here, which we can also use for fishing. Before everyone starves to death. Well, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to pause it because I've got no idea where most of these villages have cleared off to. So I'm going to up the priority of the fishing dock just to try and get that built a bit quicker. I will build an extra storage area over here because I already established that there's not enough room for building those things. There we go. Before long we're going to want to have a crop field put out here somewhere. Oops, obviously not that big. 15 by 15 is the limit on a crop field, so stick that there. And what I always like to do with them is turn them down to just being one builder, because anybody will remove the resources that are on a crop field. It doesn't have to be a builder, there's no actual building element required. Like there is... there you go. There's building element here, whereas there's no building. So there's no point in really having a builder, but it doesn't seem to work unless you've got at least one on it. I've run out of food now, and they've still not built the fishing dock. I'm a little bit concerned. Oh, I've got one log in there. 1 of 1%, 1 of 30 rather complete. Let's see which way around the messages are going. They're going that way. It's quicker for them, it's useful. Pretty sure we're going to lose this village early to starvation. I classify a village as lost, so stop playing with it once it gets down to 10 adults or less. Simply because it's quite difficult to do anything once you've reached that point, and it's no fun. So yeah, that's when a village is classified as dead, and I will stop playing it and move on to a new one. And we're going to stick the graveyard in here. This is just one of the classic things that I tend to do. It's a nice easy way of setting it up. I need a blacksmith. Build that fishing dock yet. Yay! Okay. So we'll take 4 off here to be fishermen. Onto fishermen. And they could do with a storage farm nearer to them. Just because they're going to be wasting a lot of their time going backwards and forwards rather than actually fishing. So if I build a road out like this, just so I know the boundaries, I can... wrong button. So on the market, there you go, I can build them a barn. Which just means that they'll be able to store stuff here rather than having to run all the way back here. This farm isn't needed until next year, so it's not too bad that they're not getting it done yet. I'm also going to build down here a pasture for those sheep we got. Make sure I find the edge of that one to connect it to. Pastures are 20x20 in size. Well, can be up to 20x20, so I make them 20x20. Oh, except I can't do that there. 19 feet. I'll try putting it on the other side of the crop field. So it can find its limits. Right, there's the bottom corner. Where's the top corner now? If you want things to be neat like I tend to, you waste a lot of time to get them to that point. 20x20, there we go. Hallelujah. We need a tailor in that position, though we don't really have resources for them yet. We've reached winter. So we need to up the priority on the farm, or the crop field as they call it. We'll also get some more houses in here soon, once the food problem's sorted. There's no point in building them, because when a house is first set up it takes 200 food into it as a reserve. That one's used up its reserve now, obviously, as is this one. Hopefully they'll be able to get some food in time though. How much of these? We've produced 66 so far. We started on 400, so... we're going to start See, these fields are really useful for bringing in a stable amount of food, but you can't get it built to start on your first year. You have to build it during the first year to have it ready for the beginning of the second. So when you're a little way off from anywhere you can really put down a food source, you tend to get a few deaths. We've got one villager that's actually starving now. Three villagers that are starving. And one of them's died. Still up 3 starving there, which means we've gone up one. Well, we've reached late winter, and the year's about to tick over. So I'll pause it when we reach that point. There we go, early spring. So I've paused it. I'm going to stop the video here and I'll start the next one where that ends. As you can see, we've just had a lot of death. Not sure this thing will even make it until the end of the second year. So we'll save Orrickenbush here and come back to it later. Thanks for watching.